Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to JD Gaming. I am the Gerbs. Today we are doing a U-boat tutorial. When I first picked up this game, I went into the tutorial and learned basics of the game. Play scenario first. Warning: the scenario will be moved during the next months and replaced with a different approach of educating new players about the game. Essentially, that's not the note I got when I looked into it. My note was, this is outdated. Don't use it. There's info online. Just go to the online community. When I did that, I found, I watched a video for about an hour and a half. And in that time, I still had not learned how to leave the dock. The guy went around the screen. He did a good job of explaining everything, but he didn't. Tutorials, they get you going. They get you playing. They let you learn as you go. So that's how I'm going to do my tutorial. Travel system, realistic, dynamic. It's got to do with how much time it gets to get places, but once you get in to open sea, you can just make time go faster anyways. Gameplay mode, normal, first person only. I stay in normal. Save mode, normal. Realistic bilge. Uses option to ensure realistic water accumulation in the bilges from sources like holes for propellers, periscopes located in the hollow rain. So if you click that, you're going to have more water in your boat. Not something I do, but it all depends on how specific you want to be. Expanded sailor management. Setting adds new configurable jobs. Sailor screen work as diving plane station. You can make people work. Darker nights. Makes it harder to see at night. Collision damage. If you run into ships, shore, so on and so forth, you will get more damage. Or the bottom of the sea. If you go to crash depth and you are in 20 feet of water, you're gonna hit the bottom of the sea. Without this on, you are still gonna make a whole bunch of noise. People are gonna know you're there, but you're not gonna drown. Hardcore aiming mode. If you're playing games, you should know what that is. Realistic earth curvature. If you turn this off, you can see ships forever. That's just making stuff way too easy. High detection hint. I believe setting disables detailed information about your ship's visibility to the enemy. So it's, detection hint of your ship. Units. You have metric, kilometers an hour, mixed kilometers, knots, pneumatic, NMI, not real sure, knots. There's no option whatsoever for any miles or anything like that, which is not all that unusual for being on the water. Coordinate style, classic, not, yeah, that's got to do with coordinates on the map. I think we've got this all where it belongs. Moving on to the next thing. You can mess with what he wears, what he looks like, his voice, I guess. Nothing I've never bothered. Captain Crunch. Accept. In the beginning of the game, it's a whole lot easier. As you go further on, like in the beginning, I'm pretty sure we could have just been up top the entire time, and we'd have never really been shot at. So if we take our captain, we are in port. We've got this guy is the recruitment officer. You go there to get new people if your people die on your ship. This guy is where you go get your orders.
Gute Arbeit.
Are there any orders from Admiralty? My crew needs a break. If you've been out for sea for a while, come back. Crew needs a break. It'll give you boosts for letting them go on vacation, and after the first mission or two, you've got more money than you can ever spend, so sending them on vacation is not a big deal. What's new in headquarters? You can upgrade your ship there. You have to put an officer on that. Oh, well, now I left it. Anywho.
Was brauchst du, Herr Kaloy?
Before we go anywhere, upgrade your ship. Once you research the upgrades at the headquarters, then you go here to upgrade it. Show
Schau
me
mal.
what you got. This is where you get supplies for your ship. You want to make sure you have enough food, and always make sure you have enough torpedoes. T1 is gas propelled or air propelled. Oh, T1 leaves a it can be seen. It leaves a tail behind it. If you're trying to shoot at military ships, it's not going to work out so well for you. So you always want a couple of T2s, and you got a T2 in the stern. Alright, gotta make sure you've got enough food. Why? Okay, deck gun, blank. Deck gun's got a bunch of stuff. Let's make sure we got enough food for our voyage. Transfer. 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 Oh, there's 15 fish. Transfer. If you have more than one food in your galley, in your kitchen, it's gonna give a boost to morale. So you want to make sure that that is the case. Ammunition. Deck gun. Got a bunch. Blank. Yeah, we got enough for our first mission. Alright, exit. Goodbye. Now, U-boat is off duty 23 hours. That's how long it's going to take them to put the stuff we just ordered into the ship. We go down in here. Oh. Here's our kitchen, the galley. You gotta make sure that food is actually in there. Exit. And we can also cabinet. This is where breathers, if you put breathers on people, they'll be able to breathe underwater or in like gaseous areas. If there's some sort of noxious gas and someone needs to be working on something, they can put that on and be able to breathe. Alright. Let's go to our guy.
Beim BDU wird viel über ihre letzte Patrouillenfahrt geredet. Gute Arbeit.
Oh, and I left German on. If you put they're speaking the English, all you're really gonna get is like faster, slower, so on and so forth from the captain. Not some. I think this guy might speak German anyways, even if you have it on English. As for a few favors, that is reputation stuff. You can specialize crew, increase the officers on board, headquarters influence, be able to send more people to headquarters. Oh, to headquarters in general, and then this one's more free roam. You can take the ship wherever you want.
Dies sind die heutigen Aufträge vom BDU. Streng geheim.
So, we can either patrol sector DH, patrol sector AL, or patrol sector CG. CG is the hardest one here. Order will be to travel to sector CG on North Atlantic, 2,500 kilometers inside to complete the patrol. Sink enemy trade ships with a total gross registered tonnage of 10,000 tons. And we'll get a radio operator for doing so. The middle one, we only get that stuff. We don't actually get a guy. And the easy one, we also get a guy. So, we're gonna go with the easy one because we get a guy out of it. But also, the sinking trade ships, they don't have to be in this area. If you come across trade ships on your way to the area and you sink them, it will count as enemy trade ships. However, there are countries that are... Alright, we're gonna select this one. Countries that are not necessarily allies but not considered enemies, you sink those and it's not gonna count for anything.
Was brauchst du, Herr Kaloy?
Let's make sure we have fuel in the ship. Show me what you got. Fuel. Amount to buy. Refuel. Thankfully, fuel is super cheap. Oh, it's still moving stuff. Let's go with that. Transfer. 1 day, 3 hours, 55 minutes. Exit. Goodbye. We can click that and make it go faster. We can actually get down where this thing is, storage room, and have guys come take these shells to where they actually go. Let's see. Storage room.
Wir sind schon so lange auf See.
They can only carry 3 at a time, and then you have them actually take it to where it goes, or cancel. We do it that way, and it'll just move, which seems quite a bit easier. It's still ordered a card, yes.
Wir sind schon so lange auf See. Ich halt's nicht mehr aus.
So we're gonna give him a couple of guys to help him move all that stuff.
Was brauchst du, Herr Kaloy?
Oh, we don't want him. Dang it. Bye. So in order to get on the way, I noticed I've taken quite a bit to get on that as well. You go M for map. Zoom down in, make a line with right click, and then we hit shift, and we can move that line. Shift, change it. Now let's see where we're actually supposed to be going. Okay, so shift up to here, down to there. Now, when we're close to shore, we can only speed up time 48 times, or times 48. Once we get out in the open ocean, we can open it up much more. In order to save on fuel, we take, if we hit tab, it'll pull up the guys, or we can go into the ship. So get on a map. Oh, also, so that's your rudder. Depth meter will, you know, how far down you want to go, or we have just the deck awash, periscope depth, or maximum safe depth, which will crash dive all the way down to it. We need to go forward. And they will do, we can, and my thing, my capture thing is in the way of seeing what we're doing. So we can go all the way up, which means somebody's, yep, this guy's on the engine. You go to the map, tab. With this guy being on the engine and having 2 extra people, the diesel is consumed less. If we put an officer on navigation, diesel is consumed less. If we go to that officer and put 2 people on him, diesel is consumed 50% less. Also, having someone on navigation keeps us from getting lost. don't recall where how close we are to where we actually think we are is, but it does keep us from getting lost. And if you get lost, then you have to put someone on navigation, and it takes them, I don't know, quite a while to figure out where you are. So we don't want that. Oh, it's taken forever to get anywhere. Oh, that's because we're not going anywhere. Also, if I take this guy off the engine and put him on, play cards. Are we locked up? What's going on here? Listen to the radio. Now we can't go as fast because there's nobody working on the engines. So we need him on the engine to not only conserve fuel, but to be able to actually go full speed. Once we're out into the open ocean, we can slow this down a bit if we're not trying to chase something, and just deal with turning up the speed here so we're not using up as much fuel. The battery, if you're underwater, you're using up your battery. Once you're up in the, floating, once you have your diesel engines on, it recharges your battery. You will lose both battery and oxygen being underwater. So you got to keep an eye on that. You, in the beginning, you can't be under very long, but you can be under long enough to mess with some people. Alright, speed up. Depth meter, you've got deck wash, which puts just the deck is getting water splashed over it. Periscope depth is where you're doing all your, see, once you get out here and you can go quite a bit faster. Also, these guys get tired on their bars there. You can tell him to rest, and this guy will take over navigation. Tell him to rest, and tell him to manage the engines. Now we don't have as many people helping them, so it won't help as much. Yeah, our diesel is being consumed more now. If we go click on this guy, add 2, on this guy, add 2, and then we run into buried dishes, adds discipline, normal lighting adds discipline when you're up top. When you go down to periscope depth or underwater, you need to change your light bulbs to blue. So, we go in here. This is where your light switch is. You right click, and there's turn on blue light. You grab whoever you want and have them turn on the blue light. Also, something that took me forever to figure out. If you go down to periscope depth, and just, okay, we're in a hurry, so we grab this guy and tell him, are we already under? Oh, okay. Well, if we had done it quickly and not waited, let's slow time down. We'll go up again. Grab the guy who's already working on the engines, who's pretty tired, should actually go to bed. Rest. You grab him, have him turn on the compressors, because if we don't have air in the compressors, we can't go topside again. Engines are loud. You rest. Compressor. He's either walking. Oh, he's walking to it. That's what it is. So now the compressor's on, and it's going up. If that gets too low, we cannot surface the ship. There is an electrical one, or if you've forgotten, and you need to turn it on while underneath. Are we going? Okay, yeah, turn down the speed. Now, if we're getting attacked and we need to drop really quickly, and we just grab... where's an officer? Crunch. Alright, grab the closest guy and just tell him to mess with the valves so that we can dive. And we're gonna tell the rest of the ship that we're diving. Hopefully nobody drowns. But once he does that, now we got water. Okay, maybe it's not gonna happen. Anywho, at one point, I had someone turn the valves. I might have not told the people that we were diving or something. And I just cranked the valves. And I had a bunch of water in my ship, in the bottom.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
And, uh-oh. So with these running, they're burning up the oxygen. See the freshness of the air, diesel compressor is dropping 20 a minute. We
Kapitän,
need to turn this off so it's not burning up all the oxygen. If we have water in the boat, we can turn the pump on and it will pump the water out. It will only pump all the water out of this section. It will pump all the other sections down pretty low, but you're gonna have to have guys grab buckets and move the water to the middle section where the pump will pump it out. Now, let's blow the tanks and go find something to sink. Come up fairly slowly. Where are we at as far as finding out where we need to be? Alright. Speed that up. Rest. Oh, dang on. Okay, see, now we see chimney smoke. We gotta put Radio Man in the radio room so he can send that we've seen chimney smoke. This guy's on targeting site. We're gonna go down to periscope depth. We've got another U-boat here. Oh, another U-boat there. We can control that U-boat as well and have him attack him too. But we can probably do that on our own. We are going to set a course. And where's our speed at? We don't need to be going that fast. Are we dropping? We're supposed to be. Speed up a little. Yeah, we're going down.
wechseln auf E-Motor. Auf Seerohrtiefe.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Zu Befehl.
If we speed up a little. Okay, that guy's on site. We can also put the radio operator into the listening room to listen for them.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
And the hydrophone is what the radio operator is currently listening to.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
We may need to go topside. Well, let's speed it up a little. Now. Oh, he's already shooting at him. In order to get... Click on freighter. Click on that guy, and click on that guy. They'll both calculate a torpedo course. If you only have one clicked on it to get the course for the torpedo, it'll take longer. There is a manual way to do it. I'm not going to go into that. I'm just trying to get you into the game and quickly playing. This guy has sank it, so we're not going to get to. Alright, we will go topside. Tab. Once he's done with... Put him to rest, he's pretty tired. Rest. This guy's working on the engines. Rest. Manage engines. Missing workers coning tower. Every now and again it tells you that you're missing people. Set course back to where we were going. And we'll see if we can find our own ship to sink.
Höhenbruch, Sie sinken.
Radio operator, missing radio operator. It says he's sleeping. Listen on the radio. You can wake them up at any time. Out of range. It'll take a second for him to actually get there. We're not actually out of range. Sometimes if you are out of range, you can add a guy. See, he's got a green thing, so he can take one guy. The tan one, if you were to have two guys on him, it wouldn't do anything because he only needs one. Apparently, we got credit for sinking that ship. That's something I've never seen before. So, we're going to speed up getting to our testing area. Rest. You do navigation, so we're not using up so much fuel.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Jawohl.
And since there was a ship around us, we now can't go faster. Oh, hey, we can turn down the engine a bit. Once we get away from that ship, we can crank the time back up. Let's see, what haven't we gone over? A rudder. We can lock the rudder in, a degree, and it will continually turn in that direction until you give it a direction like that.
Zu Befehl.
Also, if you do that, it'll turn it.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
It'll show the turning in there. Map. Oh. What is going on with our depth? Are we just working on coming back up? That's gotta be what it is.
Herr Kaloi.
Alright, take the engineer, because, he's always the closest. Ooh.
Wechseln auf Dieselmotor.
Air flask is at 2 out of 240. That might be why we're coming up so slow. We need air pressure to actually get up. If we were to send someone up there right now, we would end up with water down in here. And we'd have to use the pump, which is right there. Also, the gyro compass helps with decreasing the chances of getting lost. Having that on for the first bit is a good thing. As it goes further into the game, the gyro compass apparently makes a lot of noise, and you are more easily spotted. What do we got? Most guys are resting. We're good. Turn up our time. Rest. Navigation. It's a lot of clicking back and forth on go to bed. rest on what officers do while going quickly throughout this stuff. So listening is listening for ships around you, listening to the radio. You can get, with him listening to the, oh, we don't want him listening to the radio. Rest, manage diesel. With the radio guy listening to the radio, we can scan frequencies, and if we've gotten any communication from back at base, it'll tell us things like where they've seen ships and stuff like that, or they've lost a ship and go check it out, possibly sink it. You get new contact. Here we go. Now, tankers going that way. We'll take our speed down. Oh, we're out of range because the radio guy dealt with these. Let's make sure that the pumps are no longer pumping so they don't use up all of the oxygen. And click to send report. Even just seeing things, you get paid for sending radio reports. Now, back M for map.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Zu Befehl.
Go a little faster, turn up time.
Wechseln auf E-Motor.
Now, electric engines means that we're now underwater.
Schneller, schneller! Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Which direction was he going? Listening. There we go. Now,
Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation!
tab, attack periscope. We should be.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloy.
There we go. We're at top speed. Underwater, you are a whole lot slower than you are topside. But if you're not underwater, you lose, well, the element of surprise that you get in a sub. So
Kurs setzen.
Bestätigt.
now he should be within hydrophone range.
Torpedokurs bei Torpedo ausrichten.
Tell him to both take it, but until he gets within sight range, this guy is not going to help with getting a calculation
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
to fire the
Ei, ei, Herr Kaloy.
torpedoes at him.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Bestätigt.
Speed that up a bit. Our oxygen's going down.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Did he speed? Are we? Tanker unknown. We need to get sight on it
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
to be able to find out what tanker it is. This is to actually fire the torpedoes. We need to know what we're firing. Oh, hang on.
Torpedokurs berechnen.
Okay, Dale class. They should be giving percentages. M to get out of map. We can kind of see it. We are at periscope depth, right? Alright. For some reason, this is not giving percentages.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Plot an intercept course.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloy.
Set a camera on the vessel. Launch torpedoes. This is not giving me a percentage. Why is it not giving me a percentage?
Herr Kaloy.
There we go. There's the percentage. You gotta be clicked on the actual guys doing it.
Herr Kaloy. Kapitän.
So they're at 85% of calculating distance, angle, all that other stuff for firing the torpedo. In other people's, if you want to do this on your own, you absolutely can with the compass, protractor, ruler, and so on. That is not something I am going to go through explaining. My intent is to quickly get you into the game, quickly get you having fun with it. If you want to find out how to do that, in the guys who go, you know, an hour and a half into explaining this game, they will absolutely go to it. I am just showing you how to get there. Technically, we would prefer to be coming at this from the side, so we're not trying to shoot just the back of the ship, so we got a nice side picture of it. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get that option. We're at 100%, so we'll click on the ship, launch torpedoes. Oh, also take this guy. No, we can't take that guy. Take this guy. Close out of that. We need to warm up the torpedoes.
Herr Kaloy.
Tab. Warming up torpedoes.
Jawohl.
Start with torpedo 1, and he should warm up all of them. I should have started this a while ago. It's been, oh, I don't know, 2 weeks since I played this, so. But if you have your torpedoes warmed up as you're trying to catch the ship or get the calculation, you'll be ready to fire right away. We might want to either veer to the side to get a side shot or slow down a little, because we are coming up on them quick. Let's slow down a little bit. We slow down that much. Let's see if we don't drop back. Because if we catch him, we're gonna break our periscope on the bottom of his ship, and that will be really bad for us. Sub will start filling with water, all sorts of other stuff. Will break. It'll go horribly wrong. There was a group of ships once, and I fired at 2 out of 3, and then I was gonna let the third one just kind of roll over me, and then shoot him. And as he was rolling over me, he broke a bunch of stuff, and it didn't go well for me. Alright, we're dropping back. Did he only warm up 1? We need at least 2 torpedoes. It's warming up pretty quick. Yeah, that. Now we got 2.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Los!
We need 2 torpedoes to sink a ship. And then we just wait. If we go to map, we can watch them going to it. If we go this way, oh, we can't see much with it being nighttime.
40 Sekunden bis
We
Torpedoeinschlag.
can go in real close, use the directional buttons to try and see where the torpedoes are, but we can actually watch once they get closer. We can see them make contact with
20
the ship.
Sekunden.
or we can center camera on vessel and spin and do that.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
There's contact. Now, if this ship doesn't go all the way down, we have deck guns, so we can go topside. No, out of that. No, get me out of that. Nibit. Okay. This is the first time I have, leave view. There it is. So now they're in front of us, we're coming up. We can put Agnew on, well, we can't do it till we're actually topside. Once we're all the way out, we can put him on the flank gun or on the deck gun. We don't want him on the flank gun. Man. Gun. No. Go. Use the gun. Tab. There we go. Deck gun. Click on him. Zoom all the way in. Oh, he's not to it yet. Once he gets on that gun, we can zoom into him and actually do the shooting for him. This works a whole lot better. See, he starts just shooting on his own. If we have aircraft around and we are using this guy for firing, if you let him do it, he'll just burn up all the ammo. If you do it yourself, it won't. Actually, map, we don't want to run into them. We want to run alongside. And, oh, he's firing on his own again. So, now we gotta wait for it to reload. Zoom in. If you roll your mouse button forward, you get this sight. You roll it back, you get that sight. Right now we're firing armor piercing. If we push the buttons that it says to in the bottom right, we can change to heat or SS. I'm not real sure what that is. The armor piercing will blow holes in the ship. Map. Speed. Stop. If we change this thing should be going down. Alright, we change to heat. Then we set fires on the ship. It's high explosive. This should be setting fires. There we go. use the explosive stuff, you set them on fire, they explode, and then they go down. The armor piercing blows holes in the hull.
Hüllenbruch, Sie sinken!
And I must not have been hitting low enough to be getting water into it. Now the ship is sinking. If we hit tab, send him anywhere but that, he's still fired, because why not shoot another round? Put this guy on the radio, and radio in that we sunk the boat. Now we've sunk enough ships to have done our mission, but we still have to travel 2,000 kilometers inside the marked area. We just go to map, use SADW to move stuff around, and go right back.
Jawohl.
Once we go 2,000 miles around here, or 2,000 kilometers, it will come up that we've finished, we radio in that we've finished, and then we head back to port. If you go too fast back to port and you do not turn quick enough, you can beach yourself, and there's no coming back from that. You're just stuck, and you have to start from your last save. Don't do that. Other than that, I think I've shown you, most of the stuff to get you started. If there's anything of interest that you would like to know that I missed, by all means, go ahead and ask me in the comments, and I will try and explain it. Oh, we need to actually be moving to get down there. I will see you guys in the next video.